Hello viewers, and welcome back to Control. I backed this off from the door into the dimensional area because I realized we probably have enough resources to upgrade our spin, and sure enough we do, so let's get that done. Alright, what is the final level upgrade? Okay, cool, we have all the stuff, just a matter of getting the source, and it's not even really that much. We will totally get that soon, and then we'll replace the grip with it for a little while, see if it plays well. Hey, I've already forgotten which way is the way to the thing. It's over there. It's okay. Yep, that's where we killed all those guys. That makes sense. Oops, sorry about the okay. You know what? I'll order a requisition of some new velvet ropes. That's all. I have defeated the metal detector. There is nothing that Director of Dylan Faden can't do, except solve the ashtray maze. But this time, maybe it's going to be a little bit more doable? Maybe we have whatever it is we need. Oh wait, hold on. Let's look at the fire break. That looks like a thing. Nope, that's just shadows on the top of the door. Never mind. Is there... Looks like there is not an alcove anywhere for us to get loot from. Alright, well, I guess back to it then. Part of me is pretty relieved to know that this is a storyline thing that we couldn't have done earlier.
Contact the janitor if you need to get the room.
Ah.
How many dead ends can this place have?
The ashtray maze is out of order. That makes sense. I mean, yes, it is certainly out of order. There is no doubt it is not working as it should have been working. Okay, let's go find Ahti. Down in maintenance. What is the easiest way to get to the janitor's office? Probably that ventilation door. Hey, listen, I'm happy for... First of all, I'm happy that it turns out that I'm not an idiot and we couldn't have gotten through the ashtray maze. Secondly, I'm happy that we're going to get to do the ashtray maze because I bet it's really cool when it's working. And third, I'm happy we get to have an excuse to have to talk to Ahti. This is basically like all coming up Millhouse right now. If only we could get that last thing to spawn for the Arish quest line, we'd be in really good shape. Oh, you know what? The last object of power was in the prime candidate area. The last thing that we were supposed to do for Langston. I guess we should hit that as well.
There's no Ahti.
Huh.
Where is he?
That painting has... Oh, there we go. I was going to say, that painting has remarkably poor resolution. He did tell us he was going on vacation, didn't he?
Now this boy left, said the son of Annikki Ahti. My assistant will keep work in the glove and the house standing. Lomille lomps, holiday humps.
How can anyone even get out of here while the building's sealed? Let alone go on a holiday.
I'm the assistant. I'm the one who's supposed to be maintaining the ashtray maze. That does complicate things slightly. Hold on, what is this? Even more mold. Great. You know what? Let's do this first. We'll worry about the mold in a minute here. Huh. Oh, Jesus. That's like a pretty serious weapon that guy's using there. God, I wish this was faster. Maybe I should just be, when we're up in the air, maybe I should just be like mashing fire instead of doing that. Hey, where do you think you're going? Guy who I didn't even realize was present. Wait, are these tunnels that we've been in before? We're behind the pump station now. Huh. That is unlooted. We could fix that. We could find that. Or maybe not. Maybe all of the ways here are pretty blocked off. Yeah, I would try to dodge through here, except for the fencing. I guess we've dashed through fences before. Well, never mind then. Yeah, sorry about that, dude. We'll figure it out. Maybe we can get through there. Oh. Okay. This is interesting. Is this door open? Like, where in the facility are we? Okay, never mind. I mean, I guess it doesn't really work that way. The fire break is an extra-dimensional space, right? So we're not anywhere in the facility. Is that... Huh. So let's see. We know that that's fenced off. We saw that one. That might be open, though. Is it possible for me to get back up there? Maybe if I do it like... Ah, shoot. I'm trying to do a punch up the wall, just like high enough to grab on. It won't even let me punch up in that direction. Alright, we'll worry about this in a minute. Okay, that won't open either. What about that one down there, maybe? Oh, I mean, probably we're supposed to go to the place where the big glowing indicator is. Well, Polaris seems to be pretty into what we're doing here. That's... Wait, where am I? Inside the coolant pumps. Huh. How is there an unclaimed control point here? Is this just a hallway I didn't have access to before? It must be. I would have looted this for sure if it wasn't. Okay. Maybe this is going to take us to a different part of the coolant pumps room where the last guy for Arisha's quest will spawn. Regarding the furnace, why aren't we allowed to burn outdated paperwork in it? Seems like a waste of a perfectly good fire. Well, that would be because it's not just a fire, I imagine. I'm just trying to save you a few bucks and a lot of sweat. Usually people in suits appreciate that, right? And what is the furnace even heating? And who's in charge of it anyway? It's always lit, but I never see anyone tending to it. And the noise it makes, isn't it a little, I don't know, off? I mean, I can't be the only one who hears that weird wheezing or whatever it is. Someone should take a look at that thing. Might be time for a replacement. Was this written by Arish? It just sounds like it's in his voice to me. Huh. It's pretty ominous. Not a thing you would expect to hear on the radio necessarily. Okay, well, I guess this is where we're going. Sounds like there's maybe a lot of mold.
All right. Let's get cleaning, she said, cocking her gun.
Okay, I appreciate that these particular mold men... Oh, right, snipers. I forgot the snipey flowers. Shoot, those things do a lot of damage. These mold guys have way less health than the ones that we had to deal with around Dr. Underhill's lab, so I'm happy to see that. I'm wondering if that was like a really, really end game side quest area that we just bumbled into as soon as we could. Well before you're supposed to actually be doing it. I mean, as soon as it opens to you, you should be able to do it, right?
It's gotten in here too. All right. Let's get cleaning, she said, cocking her gun.
I don't think I actually killed that thing. Okay, let's take this back in the hall. We'll kill a couple of these guys, get some health back. You know what? This might be a good... It's sort of effective. Actually, with them all lined up like this, probably the smart thing to do is to use launch. Also, given the amount of damage our launch deals, probably in general, the smart thing to do is use launch. Oh, Jesus, he's still alive. How many of them are there? Well, at least it's a lot of health. I wonder if the answer to my question is an infinite number and I should actually just be running. Okay. We certainly seem to be getting lower level loot from this than we were from the last things we were doing. Okay, I think it's actually dead now. Yeah. Jesus. Those things hit really hard. Yeah, let's just make sure we pop him so that we have both of our seed slots available again. There are definitely more mold guys, but I guess they're all the way down at the other side here. Wait, are there? Maybe all of those mold dudes that we saw walked all the way over? That's why there were so many of them to deal with. Alright, well, back to the ocean view. Rule of 3 still applies. Boy, I sure wish that I was not low on health right now. Okay. Yeah, my problem was not being low on health. My problem was that screen effect, so I'm glad that's gone. That's Ahti's voice, right? Not just finish, it's specifically Ahti. Okay, there's no blood in the hallway this time. I mean, we know what the rules are here. Let's just hit it once and see what happens. Oh. I'm not allowed to use my gun or my powers. Is the second door also going to be... Nope, second door's totally normal and fine. Except there's really a lot of radios in here for some reason. Let's just increase the amount of Ahti. Alright. Rule of 3, you know? Hopefully he'll be able to drive the mold off with the strength of his chanting. And if the mold's in the ocean view, that's like really bad, right? Because it could get anywhere from there. I guess it's sort of already everywhere. I think that might have been the sound of the mold receding. Maybe the rule of 3 did not apply in the traditional way here. And there's our key. Huh. Okay, I know that there was at least one Finnish person watching earlier in the series, I believe. Feel free to let me know what is being said here. If that's understandable without subtitles, anyway. I'm very curious. Oh wait, there's a poster for Finland above the couch. A couple of them. Were these here on our previous visits? To go back and check the video. All right, let's get out of here. Oh. Wait, what door did I pick up the key to? I did pick that key up, right? Yeah. She didn't say anything about it. I assumed it was the same key as usual. Maybe the third door has to be open for the pyramid door to be accessible. No. Can't interact with the light switch anymore. Well, how do we leave then? Am I missing something incredibly obvious? Oh. Probably the janitor's door. That makes sense. That's going to put us back in the maintenance area, it looks like. Once again, stepping through paintings, etc. Okay, Miami's not in Finland, I know that much. Oh, actually, this is the quarry. This is that room we couldn't get into. Alright, well, once again, gratified to know that the problem I was having is not me being too dumb to figure it out, it's that we couldn't do it yet. Hey, this is pretty weird. All of the tripods are made of brooms? I'm just extremely curious what this might say here. A response team was dispatched to a possible AWE in progress in Albany. At the scene, the team encountered and retrieved AI-63. The Bureau had discovered numerous online message boards regarding loud noises coming from an abandoned shipping warehouse belonging to some corporation. Local law enforcement had discovered numerous bodies in various states of mutilation in the vicinity. This, along with the noises, were considered to be evidence of a werewolf, due to the fact that they only occurred on the last 3 full moons. Well, okay. A field agent accompanied a squad of ranger trainees to the site as a form of field training. The likelihood of a genuine AWE was considered low. Despite this evaluation, the team encountered a highly volatile altered item, which they successfully retrieved. I mean, the positioning of this file certainly makes me wonder if this item was connected to Ahti in some way. Huh. Well, I guess we should go over there? It looks like a couple of hiss dudes fighting an astral spike. You know, maybe my presence isn't actually going to help things. It is sort of the only thing going on in the area, though, right? As soon as I revealed myself, they're all paying a lot more attention to me all of a sudden. I was hoping he was distracted enough by his friend that we'd be able to hit him with stuff. Inconvenient. There we go, problem solved. Oh, I cannot apparently fly up this wall. Man, I'm having a lot of trouble just like maneuvering around this area. Okay, there we go. Is the big door that couldn't be opened before openable now, maybe? Can't imagine why else they would have brought me here. Yep, up there. That is exactly where we are going. In fact, not only is it openable, it is open. Well, I'm really glad that all of this extra stuff in this area actually was for something. We just got a little bit ahead of ourselves with all the exploration. Oh, that's that's an empty elevator shaft. Maybe be a little bit more careful. Although it actually looks like we do just have to fall down there. So where are we going? The restricted... Really? The sign just says restricted area? What's it for? Oh, you know, being restricted. Okay, looks like there's no loot in the elevator shaft. Alright, well, this is interesting. Maybe swap the gun over to rocket launcher form. Control of the cable carts. Hold on, let's go down the stairs real quick. Okay. That was real quick. There's absolutely no reason to be over here. Oh, wow. Okay. Should probably be more careful with the explosives in an area like this. Fortunately, none of the screens were damaged at all. Upon arrival at in Albany, the squad broke into the warehouse and discovered boxes of undelivered merchandise abandoned by the previous owner of the warehouse. As they investigated the noise, some kind of horrible thing along the south side of the building caused it to collapse inward. Wooden crates and accelerated physical something rendered field agent and 2 of the trainees unconscious. The others escaped the warehouse before it collapsed entirely. In the rubble, they found AI-63 at the origin of the event, attracting and repelling debris. They stood guard around the item until the moon set, at which point the altered effect ceased. They returned the item to the Bureau without further incident. No fatalities occurred. The collapse of the warehouse was not witnessed by civilians, and thus no re-informing by the communications department was required. Hey, here's the thing I didn't bother to look at. Was there a full moon? We were just outside. I could have noticed. Okay, well, we're definitely not going anywhere without that cable car. Because it kind of sounds like several of the altered items we've already seen, right? The disc could be responsible for pulling and pushing items. The hand chair, honestly, could be responsible for it. It's not a terribly unique description of a thing. Why am I getting... Oh, there. There he is. Oh, geez. Well, I missed the platform, so... Guess we're gonna have to try that one again. I did not realize how far out I was. That's a shame. I missed it by, like, a couple of feet, too. We were very close to surviving that flight. Well, the good news is it's going to spawn us back at the control point we touched, so we get to look for the full moon again. Well, we certainly, I mean, the fact that we don't see a full moon here probably isn't really indicative of anything. Let's land and refly. Wow, she really, she makes hard contact with the ground. My impression was that the black rock was really hard, so for her to be able to dent it just by landing on it, it's really something. We didn't even do the fancy slam. Okay. Let's try this one more time. Wait a minute. Okay, no. There's nothing going on in here. It's just one part of the room is weirdly well lit for no reason. Oh, right, I still have that equipped. Alright, you stay here. I'm going to need you in a second. Big dudes really take a beating. We're probably best off dealing with the rest of the enemies first, right? Okay. This should make things a little bit easier. At least it would make things easier if my rocket guy could ever actually hit anything. How dare you? I mean, I guess that's just their training kicking in, right? They're probably trained in the optimal use of the gun as a melee weapon in close quarters. And the hiss just hasn't educated them that the stakes of combat are a little bit higher now. It's not really the time to be trying to smack somebody. how are we doing on that that cable car? Okay, here it comes. Wow, we just obliterated that guy. That was a whole pallet of something I shot at him. Yeah, it looks like a single full volley from the fully upgraded charge does have the ability to kill the shielded enemies from their from full health and shields. That's an impressive amount of damage. Ow, shoot. Not even 100% sure what I was getting hit by there. Ah, this guy. I think I just destroyed a significant portion of the stairs he's standing on. Please just die. Oh, okay. Well, we got him. Alright, that wasn't that hard. The secret is not to accidentally kill yourself immediately. I wonder if this is a well-known Finnish song. This cable car could be a little bit faster. Oh good, we are now nowhere. I would say that arguably we've been nowhere several times over the course of the game, but this is the first time they felt the need to tell us that, which probably gives us some indication as to its significance. Weird that nowhere has the same roof as the Bureau of Control. I mean, I guess we know that the oldest house is pretty large. I'm so impatient, part of me wants to just jump out and fly over there. But I'm also really worried about doing something dumb, falling to my death, and then having to repeat the entire ride. So I guess we'll just be patient. It's interesting that from here we can see the other side, like we can still see the rooms, but from back there we couldn't see this area at all. Oh my god, come on. They just really want us to listen to this song. I'm not liking this as much as the last one. But we did unlock it as a multimedia thing for listening to the whole deal. So, I mean, it looks like we could just jump down. Or also there's this. Also, we could interact with this thing. It's very dark here. Oh, no, that's... What am I talking... Of course we can interact with that. That's the cable car. For some reason, I was like, hey, it looks like an elevator. But we should probably call that back over. Just in case we need it.
There's something up ahead. Do you see it?
Yeah, there's certainly something up ahead. I mean, we're still in the Bureau, or the oldest house. Huh. Okay, what is that thing we just found? The results are incredible, but more so the speed of the discovery this allows us. AI-14 copies our speech, but after numerous tests we've discovered that certain words are missing from its vocabulary. So we're talking about the holiday memories tree here. Is this the little tinselly Christmas tree thing that we saw? We began isolating these words, cross-referencing them with esoteric texts from the early day of the Bureau. We found that these words, when arranged in particular formations and spoken at varying speeds and cadences, elicit a reaction from altered materials. Oh, that's interesting. We tested this specific string of words, a formula, if you will, on the other altered items kept in the examination hall. Varying physical responses were recorded with each one, with an 82% success rate. We've proven that words can tangibly affect these items. Specific applications must be explored, possibly for containment or identification. This will drastically change our approach moving forward. Huh. That's really interesting. Given that altered items are just sort of reflections of human attention and thought, I wonder why... We might be able to make a guess at why the words have the effect they do if we knew what the words were that are having the effect. So they brought... I mean... Maybe all the tents we saw were from Ahti? I mean, Ahti doesn't need 8 tents, though. Maybe this is what Marshall's been doing? Maybe Marshall and Ahti go off into the infinite darkness here? I feel like I've heard the word Svenska before.
Hey, girl.
Yeah?
For a fin. Holidays whole.
Yeah, I hear you. It's just something really big came up. And I know I'm supposed to be the janitor when you're gone and everything, but I feel like this is something that could use a professional touch. Oh. Uh-oh.
Ahti?
Did you miss me? Did you have peace in your song? Yes. No. Bark don't make a wound. You did good. Take my cassette player. You can borrow it. The song is a present from my friends to you. It will get you through the maze so you can do your job.
Did that really just happen? Of course it did. He gave me his cassette player. It'll get me through the maze, huh? The janitor always has the keys.
What is this? Is this like some... Okay, please get the words off the screen. I see the thing. Ugh. Is this some, like, world tree stuff, maybe? A control point made of brooms and mops. Sure. This definitely wasn't here before, which means that Ahti can just kind of create a control point whenever he wants. It's not about the existence of the lights or the tripods, it's about their meaning to us, and we can use a similar shape to evoke that meaning. Instead of the little pylon, it's a bleach bottle with the cap on top of it. Huh. This game is really something. Okay, now that we've activated that, and we will teleport back here if something bad happens, I'm kind of curious. We're just going to run in this direction for a second. Is it just going to let me come up to an edge, or is it going to do some kind of infinite looping thing? It looks like it's just going to let me come up to an edge. Yeah, it sure is. Okay, well, no sense testing the other directions then, because I'm sure it'll be the same thing. Let's just fast travel ourselves back to the Ashtray maze and listen to whatever the hell it is that Ahti's listening to. Presumably not the Finnish tango. Because otherwise I doubt they would have played it for us already. Oh hey, also ability points. Energy? Launch damage. Then from here on, probably energy. Oh, right, no, sorry. I needed that menu. We are not quite at the point where we can upgrade the spin. Close, though. Okay, so that's down in the foundations of the building. This is where we're going. I mean, this had to be something important because of how much space is behind it, right? It couldn't have been just a tiny little optional area with a chest at the end of it. Okay, where's my equip Walkman button?
Take control.
Oh man.
Take control.
At the ranges we're at, in case something happens, I'm gonna go back to pistol mode. Huh. Whose shoes are these? Who are these people? you know what? It's a large enough room. We could just do some grenade work here. Come on, let me get him. All right, I took a hit there. I was trying to seize that guy, but it broke, I think, because I accidentally went into a climb animation on this sofa. And you're not supposed to throw stuff at me anymore once you're controlled, buddy. Huh. Come on, take some damage so I can seize you. Maybe I... Oh, you know what? Those other guys in the other room are still seized. Right. That's not going to work. That gun's a lot of fun to use in close range, actually. Oh, man. I like this song very much. This is exactly the sort of music that I generally listen to on my own, so... Where do you think you're going? Oh, wow. Oh, that's actually very disconcerting to look at. Sorry, I'm just kind of letting y'all take it in. Oh. Where am I? Alright, you guys are lucky. Never mind, not so lucky after all. Still work for the axe. What am I doing? Why am I using a pistol? Like a person who doesn't have crazy magic powers. Oh, I guess the encounter's over. And maybe I shouldn't bother seizing guys in here. God, the dive punch does so much damage. Okay, I probably shouldn't do that when I'm quite so close to the enemies. This guy might well be worth seizing. And the song does keep telling me to take control. Okay, the thing is healing us. That's cool. I think we're actually getting some pretty good value out of that ammo efficiency when flying thing. Boy, which way do you think? Oh, well, this one doesn't actually go anywhere. Have you ever, watched a movie or read a book or something and thought, wow, this really seems like it was made specifically for me? Because that is the feeling that I am having right now. Oh, Jesus. Alright, I'm not... Oh. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, I'm not that afraid of this guy. I feel like we're pretty good at fighting those ones. Oh, this is bad. Oh, I didn't actually make it inside. Oh, alright. I thought I was gonna punch my way right into that room he was coming out of. I thought these things couldn't actually fly. Well, I'm assuming the point here is we have to keep climbing up the gradually higher platforms, because right now we can't fly up there. So we need a little bit more verticality. Now, where's the next group? Oh, right on top of me, it turns out. Yeah, this game's incredible.
That was
What?
awesome.
Don't take them off! Let's just leave those on the rest of the time.
The expedition into Slidescape 36.
Slidescape 36.
Darling brought back. Changed everything.
Why would it be called Slidescape 36? Did they have more of them? Maybe this isn't the only projector?
We used the slide projector. I led the expeditions into Slidescape 36. They told me not to go. The director should not put himself in danger. I told them to fuck off. I've seen action before, and I had to witness this myself. To find some meaning in all of this, I couldn't sit on my ass, alone with my thoughts, my memories. Anything but that. Those who survived were deeply affected by what we found there, by what Darling brought back. It changed everything. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing remains to be seen. But I did find my meaning in that desert. A sound, like a needle drilling in, cutting through the containment suit, reverberating in the base of my skull. My whole being. Darling said it was nothing, but he was wrong. It's been there ever since, growing into a certainty, into an understanding of what's at stake here, what kind of a threat we're facing, and what must be done to stop it.
Okay, I feel like we're very close to getting some very concrete answers here. Also, apparently... a direct link, like, to the astral plane, maybe? Huh. Okay, well, that was the cool thing with the song that people were talking about, I imagine. Has anyone else seen that janitor mopping up around here? Isn't this a restricted access area? Who gave him permission to come in here? And how the fuck did he get through the maze? Well, it turns out, the healing power of metal. Through the healing power of metal, we are capable of all things. For example, avoiding metal detectors.
Yeah, you want me here. Finding the projector was how this all began. What started in ordinary ends here. You, me, Dylan. We've all come full circle.
Are these like big speakers plugged into... Huh. Whoa, what is in here? Looks like red sand, maybe? Trench did say that desert. Oh! Hey, how about that? We should probably... I guess the downside of that is that now I have to actually look inside of all of these rooms. Aha. The Sand Memo. To all Dimensional Research staff, I have heard that numerous people have begun complaining about the sand piled up around Dimensional Research. This sand is precious research material from a foreign dimension and will be examined more thoroughly when I have the time. If you attempt to clean or dispose of this sand, I will bar you from any future research endeavor. You will spend the rest of your career licking envelopes in a cubicle staring at a cat poster. Do not touch my sand! Dr. Darling, in a tone we have not heard from him before. It's one of those chairs they strap the subjects into. So that wasn't just like, hey, here's a fun sequence with a dope metal song about the oldest house. The music seems to be important. Like, they're blasting... They've certainly set up rooms here to allow them to, like, blast research chairs with music. Maybe metal has some magic powers in this setting, even beyond the magic powers that it has in real life, which, of course, are considerable. Metal's tricky. It's definitely like... It's a kind of music I've always loved, but it's also a kind of music that has... some might say
here, to where Dylan and I went, where the projector took us, where we met you. The Bureau opened the same door here, but there's just an echo now.
Alright, hold on. I saw lights over here. We're gonna...
Just on the other side?
What I was gonna say... Oh, hold on, is that a chest? No, that's just a weird box in the wall. What I was going to say is that as much as I love metal music, it is definitely a scene that has what you might describe as a higher than average number of weird fascists. This is very unfortunate. Okay, that's not going to work. So you always got to be careful. Whenever you start hearing about a new metal act, you gotta ask a couple of questions. Wow, this is... very weird. This is very weird feeling. I'm assuming that elevator over there is how we're going to get out of here afterward. Stay away from frame when emergency lights are on. Where's the giant projector? I mean, maybe it emerges from that area. Am I up high enough to fly up to those walkways? I think I am. Yeah. Okay. So we are probably going to activate one of the slides. Slidescape 36. So wait, they went into one of the slides, but all the slides that depicted places are destroyed, right? I guess you can go into the hand slide, although... Did we hear much about it? Ooh, okay, almost ran clean off of that. I don't think we heard that there was a desert on the other side, certainly. Let's not go pounding the big red button just yet. Nope, never mind. We must press this button. No unauthorized personnel beyond this point. I am the goddamn director. I'll go where I want.
The projector's not here. Moved again. What did Darling do with it? I've got to find out.
This is starting to feel like a little bit of a wild projector chase. Do not touch or move the projector. The shape of the tape on the floor...
From each slide is a physical portal into another dimension. Only one slide remains. And Dylan's sister burned the rest in ordinary before we could intercept. The text on it, color slide film, this side towards screen, and the number 36. The topography of Slidescape 36 bears deep wave marks. On the slide and in the distance, there's a formation of 5 pillars like crude, outstretched fingers. There were casualties on our first expedition. Communication is an issue. There is no sound there, as if you've gone deaf. And radios don't work. Correction, resonance from an unknown source in part within the range of audible frequency. It acts in unpredictable ways, causing feedback loops that can tear you apart. Trench insists he heard something else. It made his ears bleed. Our equipment found no evidence of anything beyond the primary resonance. Trench's medical tests show nothing amiss.
And this is just gonna loop, right? Oh, maybe not. I thought it was maybe just looping in here because it was already playing when we came in. But I guess it was triggered by our proximity.
From each slide is
Oh no, it totally is.
portal into another dimension.
Huh. The audio's looping, but not the video.
Dylan's sister burned the rest in ordinary before.
So that's weird, right? That he said Dylan's sister rather than like subject P6, or it's like weirdly informal for Darling. It's not really how he usually gets down. I also I noticed something that I think I forgot to comment on, maybe last episode or the one before, where Casper, he said something like, he mentioned Northmore, and he was like, oh man, we're talking about like almost Northmore levels of power. Not that I'm trying to invoke his name or anything. I don't think we had known, like, Trench certainly seems to have a reverence for the man, but if Northmore was sort of a legendary director, if he was built up to a mythical status, maybe greater than previous directors, that could help to explain some people's attitudes toward Trench, because we've definitely seen some people who seem not super pleased with him, almost treating him as though he doesn't deserve to be director. I don't know, it's not directly plot relevant, just things that I'm noticing. Trying to build a framework for understanding what may happen to us soon. Hedron and the Hedron Resonance are arguably the greatest asset this Bureau has ever possessed. The security of Hedron is unspeakably vital, which is why we have something from the majority of Bureau employees. This report details the containment procedures required for the Hedron containment chamber, including details on the whatever is being pumped into the containment cell, mechanical upkeep of the resonance siphons, and the arrangement of the acoustic pillars to dampen or amplify the sonic range of the chamber. There was something about a large-scale HRA near the beginning of the game that I remember. And Darling said like he had a large-scale HRA and he needed it somewhere. Oh, another one of these. Well, I mean, it does sort of seem like they've written the answer to the solution on the solution. It's a classic video game error. Oh, that's not quite right. So 1, 2, 3. Each one has 4 states.
Expedition 3. We located the source of the resonance in Slidescape 36. It is an entity, a living organism of a considerable mass. I've named it Hedron based on its physical shape.
Hedron.
We built a
Was
container
that
for it.
you? Did he bring you here? Is that why you brought me here?
Oh, Polaris wants out.
You're
Okay.
here. You're here. They have you. I know you. I remember her from Ordinary. I thought I'd never see you again. Hang on, I'm coming.
Hold on, can we finish watching that Darling video, please? Because I feel like that might have been... Huh. It's weird that he was like, oh, I called it Hedron on account of its shape. Doesn't that basically just mean shape? Okay, hold on a second. Collectibles. We got some messages there, including one that was called Final Message. Seems like it might be important. Wait. Thought we did. Was it not... Was it not an audio thing? Oh, the final message, right. It's not It's not like a final message. It's the final message from Darling, right? The thing we were watching. Wait, maybe not.
I'm Dr. Casper Darling, and this is my final message. It's not the end. But after this, I won't. I've exposed myself to Hedron resonance fully. It's changing me. I've seen. I've been shown so much. Slidescape 36 was where Hedron stopped the spread of another. It's terrifying. It really is. It's another source of resonance. Trench was exposed to this other. It will now spread. I've done everything I can to stop it. The Hedron resonance amplifiers. I don't know if it'll make a difference. I won't be here when it happens. I should have told him any more. I'm being sent one more lesson. Something wonderful, I think.
Okay, it seems very irresponsible to me for him to have exposed himself fully to the Hedron resonance without, like, you know, telling people what's up, especially without telling Emily what's up. You definitely should have told Emily more. But also, couldn't you have had somebody else do this, given that you're, you know, like a pretty valuable asset to the... Okay. I mean, this is the thing we were watching when Jesse got distracted by seeing Polaris over there, so...
Yes. Expedition 3. We located the source of the resonance in Slidescape 36. It is an entity, a living organism of a considerable mass. I've named it Hedron based on its physical shape, the part that we can perceive. I honestly think there's the resonance it emits. The frequencies? We've never seen anything like it.
Sure, who doesn't love
We
frequencies?
built a container for it, and we brought it in. This changes everything. It is beyond our understanding. We have brought so many questions with us through that hole in the wall. I will dedicate... I'm never going home.
So maybe Polaris doesn't want out because it came here willingly. And the HRAs, the things that everyone's wearing that are keeping them safe, are directly powered by Polaris, but they just didn't know. Huh.
It's not the end. But after this, I won't. I exposed myself to Hedron.
Okay. This is... I was wondering why we had that message, but it's because we were supposed to witness it over here on this wall, and we totally would have eventually. Might have been a better way to watch it, to be surprised by it, by its existence. Okay, Let's, I guess keep going here.
I've been shown.
We're getting close to the hour, but I also think we might be right up on the end of the game, so we're just gonna bravely push through. Hold on. Hold on. Not quite ready to go that way yet. Okay, this is just back into that room. Never mind. Maybe I am exactly ready to go that way. Or is that... No, that's the way we came in then.
Trench was exposed to this.
How do I go...
It will now spread.
A thing has now been unlocked. Something that was locked is now unlocked.
I've done everything that I can to stop.
Maybe a door down below? Maybe we do have to go back out through the stairwell that we came in through?
I don't know if it'll make a difference.
Yeah, right. So it's all resonance and frequencies and stuff, and that's why they're so weird about the soundproofing and the music. And there's something in Ahti's music. Okay, it's all making sense. I'm putting it together slowly. The slide projector only works with slide 36. Logically, this means the slide itself is a part of the object of power or a distinct altered item. But, of course, I had to make sure no other slides worked. I had to try. I thought maybe emotion had something to do with it. Connection, history, love. I brought in my parents' old slides. Birthday parties, vacations to Niagara Falls, my first day of high school, that kind of thing. There were 2 boxes worth. I had to dig around the garage for an hour to find them. Never once thought of looking at them since they passed. I've tried them all. I waited until the staff left for the night. I stayed up in that booth for hours, trying every one. Projector off, slide out, slide in, projector on, nothing happens. Projector off, slide out, slide in, projector on, nothing happens. Love wasn't the common factor. There's no correlation that I can see. Maybe the slide itself is the object of power. Maybe the projector's just an accessory. Or maybe it doesn't matter. Why'd that fucking kid have to burn the other slides? Yeah, I can understand the frustration. It does sound like I may have saved the world by doing so. So, you know, I should get some credit for that, maybe. So now that we've done this... Yeah, now that we've done this, we take this elevator down and... Or we don't, because I'm magic. Okay.
Through here? You are coming through so strong. Darling used this HRA to lock the door. I have to rip it off to get in.
Okay.
You sure?
Maybe I can do
Okay,
that.
I'll be there. Hang on.
Oh, I'm very nervous about this. I mean, at this point, there is no being in the entire universe that we should trust more than Polaris, right? Polaris has been responsible for keeping everybody safe. I think. Unless I've misinterpreted, in which case I've doomed us all.
I made it.
This seems bad.
You gave it, we let you into the hole and you! You have always been here. The only child. A copy of a copy of a copy.
No. Why did
Oh,
you...
maybe...
This was a mistake.
Yeah, seems bad. Seems bad. I mean, it had to be, right? The shape of the plot demanded that this be bad. Alright, well, I guess things are going to get a little heavy for a minute here. Ah, I had one of those things happen where you miss a melee attack at point-blank range. Okay, the good news is there's actually a lot of damage coming in from, I'm assuming, the one guy that we converted. Doing some fine work. Ooh, okay, we almost died there. I'm glad I had all those upgrades. So, it looks like I'm not 100% clear on what we're seeing here. Is Hiss being beamed out of Polaris or into... Either way, it seems like we should turn these off, right? Yeah, I think it may be the case that what we actually did here was disable the safeties that were keeping the hiss away from our good friend here. Don't try to punch me. What's wrong with you? Okay, we've got this. We've got this under control. Why can I not? There we go. I'm starting to wonder if the F key on my keyboard is maybe not 100% good. I'm having a weirdly hard time interacting with stuff sometimes. Oh god, what a time to be out of ammo. Okay. Ooh. Well, I mean, we've got to be right up at the end of the game. How is tier 3 stuff still dropping? I mean, at this point, why is anything dropping at all, I guess?
Get the fuck away!
Okay, is this good or bad, what I've just done here? Because, like, have we unplugged? Because that would be not great, right? If we unplugged Polaris? 'Cause I think the HRAs are reliant on her. Okay, there's another one over there. I'm on it, I'm on it. Ah, shoot, that guy jumped right in front of me. I accidentally threw an explosive into him. I very much want to get a seize off here. It does seem like the shield throw is maybe not actually very good. It feels like it almost never actually lands. Okay, that's fine. We're just gonna get some health regen here. Yeah, converting his cluster is really, really useful. Okay. I think we're in the clear. Clear enough for this, anyway. Alright, well, I think I get the pattern. Wait, hold on. I need to get a better jump there. Okay, here we go. It does completely drain us of power, but man, it feels good every single time I do it. Oops. A little bit of friendly fire there. Trying to catch that grenade. I didn't quite get it. Yeah, geez, look at how much damage the, Oh, Jesus. Get some health. Look at how much damage the grenades do, even to things that are shielded. Am I being sniped? Is that what all this damage is? Yep, that's exactly what it is. Also, I think I've... Okay. I've fallen, but not necessarily to my death. Although it's actually extremely hard to see with all of these damage effects. This is probably one of my least favorite video game things from the last, like, I don't know, decade or so. The advent of this red and dark from all the edges of your screen when you are injured thing that is now, like, part of every video game. When I'm injured, that is a time when I need to be able to see better. I think, like, the Some games do it. I think Borderlands is maybe the only game that I can think of that does it this way. But some games do it by like making your vision more black and white. That's a lot, I think. That's a lot better. Okay. And that's how you deal with that. Probably not the only one though, right? Oh, maybe actually the only one. Oh, probably don't want to be on the ground. These guys have a really hard time fighting you if you're in the air. Okay. Got there eventually, and only almost died. Okay, there's an awful lot more radar dishes in this room. I'm hoping we're not going to have to disable all of them. Oh, that's not what I wanted. You know what? This'll work. This is fine. I think we're high enough. Okay, I need to get somebody... There we go. Get somebody low enough to serve as a distraction for us. Let me convert him. Let me convert him. Oh, man. Okay. No, I can't. I was trying to drop as I finished the conversion because there's health down there, but I didn't want to drop and get into a stumble on landing animation because entering any kind of animation seems to break the seize process. It's possible that I should just call the episode there. You know what? I'm going to. I'm gonna hold on. Let's see where it drops us. But I think this might be a good place to take a breather. Maybe get up and stretch for a minute or two. Maybe you will want to do the same. So that is going to be it for us for right now. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time. We are going to complete, I guess, that part. I don't know if that's the end of the game. But we're definitely going to complete freeing Polaris. So we'll see you then.